up here.
Hi.
Okay.
That's
Thank you. Thank you. All right, today I am very excited because I have some new products in from Charlotte Tilbury. I have the new concealer, part of her beautiful skin line. The foundation just came out earlier this year. And then I have the corresponding Airbrush brightening powder. This is... Okay, again, this is the Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer. 3.5 fair. Lighter than I normally would go for, but it was, again, hard to see. Actually, that may not be that bad at all. That might be just right. Maybe I'm not as tan as I would like to be. And then again, the other product is the Brightening Airbrush powder, Flawless Finish, part of the Airbrush Flawless Finish line. Beautiful sort of pearlescent finish there on the white, and then of course the powder is a white. This is the fair to medium. There's also a deeper version of this. So blends out, you can't really see a white cast, at least on my skin tone. So I also got one of the newer shades in the Eyes to Mesmerize. I got the one that's sort of a pink golden. It's called Sunlit Glow. And I'm gonna do a quick one and done on my eyes using this and probably just some bronzer in the crease because as usual, I'm in a hurry. This is the shade of the Eyes to Mesmerize. Again, oh, look at that. You can totally see the duochrome in there. Oh, that's pretty. You can really see the shift. The pink and golden shift right there. Oh, that's beautiful. So I've decided as part of my trying the new Charlotte Tilbury items, I'm gonna go ahead and just do basically a full face of Charlotte. So I did do some moisturizing primer with my Vive Skin Nova, that's backwards, with my Vive Skin Nova from Jamie Genevieve's brand. And I do like to go in at the beginning with a little bit of lip balm. I finally got a refill of my banana pillow balm from Too Faced. It's like Abs Beauty. Stephanie got me into that and she did not steer me wrong. Okay, so this is the Hollywood Flawless filter. The new e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Priming Filter is a fantastic drugstore option. It's a whopping $30 less than this. Like, you can do a lot with $30. But I already have this, so I'm gonna use it. This is in shade 2 of the Hollywood Flawless filter. I have it in a couple different shades. 2 is the one I use for more of a brightening effect. Since we're using the Beautiful Skin concealer, I'm gonna go ahead and use the foundation as well. This is in the shade 6 medium. This is a beautiful foundation. I usually mix it because I mix almost all of my foundations. Just habit, way to use them. And there is a little bit of coverage in the Hollywood Flawless filter, but it also gives less chance for cakey buildup under the eyes by not putting a bunch of foundation under there before going in with the concealer. Okay, gosh, I forgot how lovely that foundation is. It really is gorgeous. Okay, gonna go in with the new concealer. Again, this is shade 3.5. And I'm gonna focus it right here. It's a little light on my nose, across the tip. Basically the same places I put the Flawless filter, only more under my eyes. I'm not sure why I put that here, other than habit. Knowing I've got like a melasma mustache right here, and I'm gonna go and conceal it. It's probably not the smartest. But you know, I kill a lot of brain cells in my life. I don't always make the best decisions. Having my son was definitely one. I never wanted kids. Didn't think I could even have them, which is how I ended up pregnant. But I had every reason to believe I could not get pregnant, including multiple doctors telling me, you know, if I did ever want to conceive, that I would most likely need fertility treatments, because I had gone basically 15 years without so much as a scare. Is dog hair in my mouth? Ugh, it's just endless. Okay. That's lovely. Let me zoom you in here. It looks very similar to the new Sephora. It's not quite a similar formula. The Sephora one, a bit different texture. I might do a quick reel comparing those two, because they're definitely, the Sephora Best Skin Ever is my absolute favorite concealer right now. So this looks lovely. Not accentuating my under eyes. I am going to go in and just pat a little bit with my finger, but let me tell you a little bit about this concealer. Clinically proven results. Dark circles appear reduced by 40%. Skin looks smoother and more radiant. Boost hydration by 173% in 1 hour. Hyaluronic acid and golden vitamin C plus collagen plus niacinamide. Love those ingredients. So yeah, it's supposed to lift and firm the look of skin. Hi, baby. Medium buildable coverage, 16-hour wear. It's looking a little bit textured right here. I don't know if you can see that. Just right under the side. That's why I was trying to kind of pat that out, but it does look good. I am gonna go in with a tiny bit more. Sometimes I use a sponge on my concealer. I also like to stipple with a big kabuki style dense brush. That builds up nicely. It doesn't look cakey. Could still see a tiny bit of that texture right here, but the light reflecting back kind of masks that a little bit. I'm gonna go in with you still zoomed in. I'm gonna go in with the powder. Again, this is the Brightening Airbrush Flawless Finish Brightening Powder. I don't think this is limited edition, but it is a holiday release. And I'm gonna use one of my new Morphe Pro brushes. They've got a little point at the end. This is the Precision Blush Brush. So, ooh, it picks up quite a bit of powder. I'm gonna tap that off just so I don't overdo it. And let's set one side. Okay. You can see it smoothed out my under eye just a little bit, not drastically. It's not aggressively brightening, but I think you can see a slight difference between the left and right. This is the side that I've already set here. I don't know that I prefer it over the Flawless Finish, but we'll see how this goes. I'm gonna go ahead and set the other side. And on my eyelid, I'm gonna go ahead and set the whole T-zone with this. There's no shimmer in this formula of powder. You can see there's a light right here, and it's not reflecting any shimmer in that powder. But it's got, does it have mica? It does have mica in it. But the details on this powder are, again, clinically proven results. Skin looks smoother and brighter by 80%, reduces the appearance of wrinkles, and dark circles appear reduced. So those are the claims on the powder. It's nice. It looks lovely. We'll see how it affects the wear of the concealer. But for now, I don't think it's like groundbreaking. It is beautiful. My forehead looks really nice. And my under eyes look pretty decent. I am using the Beautiful Skin Cream Bronzer. This is in the shade medium, and I'm gonna use the Makeup by Ariel. That's not his name, it's just Ariel, his collab with Morphe. And I'm just gonna quickly bronze up. This bronzer blends like a dream. And it finishes kind of like a powder. It has some glow, but it's not like shimmery. Ooh, that is so pretty, and it sits lovely over that powder. You know what? I'm gonna take another one of the new Morphe brushes. This is the flat concealer brush. It's kind of angled. There's a foundation brush that's the same shape. This concealer brush is the same shape, just smaller. The foundation brush I've seen repeatedly in that shape. But yeah, I haven't seen it in a concealer shape. I'm gonna use that for my nose contour, because it does have that nice tip. And then I can get a little more precise. Slim out that nose. Okay, that looks lovely. And you know what? I'm gonna also put that under my lip here. Kind of mimics the look of a shadow under here to give you a more full looking bottom lip. I gotta figure out how to do that to the top. My top is more. Thank you. Ooh, yummy. Thank you so much. Can you put it back out there on the table though? Thank you. I think that's where it should go. Can you frost it? Can you put some frosting on it? What flavor frosting do you want? Do you want chocolate frosting or strawberry pink frosting? What kind of frosting do you want? What kind of frosting do you like? Sound off below. What's your favorite cake? I like yellow cake with chocolate frosting and rainbow sprinkles. I want to try the Mad Marshmallows from Jen Love. Jen Love's Reviews. She started a marshmallow company, and you can only, as of now, I think, unless something's changed. Last I heard, you could only get them in Maryland, which is perfect because I live in Maryland also. So I wanted to, she was at a bunch of farmers markets over the summer, and we just didn't get a chance to go out. But, all right. I am going to step off and do my brows, come back, finish with blush, eyes, and finishing thoughts. Be right back. Okay, we're back. Brows are done. That's the only makeup category I actually don't have any Charlotte Tilbury products. So I'm gonna go in first with some powder bronzer. I do have the Nudegasm face palette as well, which I'm gonna use the highlighters. Beautiful palette. So I will use the highlighter there. That does have more cool tone bronzers, but I'm gonna use the Airbrush bronzer in medium. That's this Big Daddy here. It's part of the Sephora collection. It's the Pro Highlight 87. I think they still make it, but it's just a big, super fluffy fan shaped brush. And I'm just gonna do that around the perimeter to kind of set the cream, if you will, even though it doesn't really need it. It sets down on its own, and I like bronzer, okay? I'm putting more bronzer. I'm putting some more in the crease here. This brush is really great for doing a quick sort of contour as well. Okay, that's bronzer done. Blush, I'm gonna do two things. Gonna go in with Pinkgasm. This is a fan favorite for many reasons. One of the teen stars, I don't remember who it was. It wasn't Addison Rae, it was the other one. Madison something maybe? She used this and like the world went crazy for it. Blend that in with this flat top, just a flat top kind of kabuki brush. And I'm just gonna kind of dab it. And I'm only putting that on the high points of my cheeks, almost like a highlighter. Yeah, I don't like the packaging of these. I don't like the floof ball. If you have a lot of makeup like I do and you don't use it every day, it can get kind of clogged. Her old concealer had a floof ball like that as well, the Magic Away, and I just did not like it. But that's gorgeous. That is gorgeous. This is why this product has gone so viral. Thankfully, I had it already before it went viral. I do also have the Pinkgasm shade, which is also beautiful, but the pink goes a little bit more with the eye that I'm using. Okay, then I'm gonna top it off with the Cheek to Chic Swirl Swish and Pop blusher, and this is in the shade Ecstasy. It's kind of a, this is the nipple blush everybody talks about. I've got Pillow Talk and Pillow Talk Intense as well, but I really like to throw them on the floor. Cool tone leading pink. It's beautiful. They're not cheap. None of this is cheap. Charlotte's expensive. And I'm gonna go in just with the looser blush brush from that same Morphe Makeup by Ariel set. And I'm gonna do exactly what she says, only all at once. And just very lightly going over the Pinkgasm there to add a little bit more pink to our cheeks. That's pretty. This is with the addition of Ecstasy, and this is just Pinkgasm. So pretty. Oh my goodness. I will probably go back in with this a little bit after I put some highlight on. I like to go back and forth to really blend them together. I'm also bringing this up on the outer edge of my crease and brow bone, and then just a little bit on the nose and a little bit right in the middle of the forehead, because that's kind of where you would get pink from the sun, and a little bit on my chin. Okay, beautiful. Going in with the cream eyeshadow. Again, this is the Eyes to Mesmerize in the shade Sunlit Glow. This pinky iridescent golden deliciousness Ariel set from Morphe. Just a flat kind of shader brush. I'm gonna test it on the back of my hand here, and then I'm gonna blend out. Just tap out the end, the edge. Oh, that's pretty. This is very similar in shade, now that I'm looking at it, to the shade Sphinx by Tom Ford. Only I think this one's even better. It's got a little bit more depth of color, more pink, where Sphinx is slightly more golden, and not, it just doesn't show up as well, I don't think. I also applied that in completely different lighting. The last time I used that, I was at my office, and there's no natural light in that room. They might be closer in shade than I'm realizing, but they're definitely similar. I think I like this one better as of now. Here, I'm gonna take some of the extra from the back of my hand here and kind of go over the lid a little bit more, get a little more color buildup. I always lose eyeshadow coverage where my eyes fold together in the crease. Oh, that's lovely. You know what? I'm gonna take a little bit more from the lid here and put even more, because I really like it. I'm also gonna take that under my eye. You tried to make the letter T? I'm not sure what you mean by that. I'm just gonna put tight line. I'm not using a Charlotte eyeliner for that. I'm gonna use the Makeup Forever. I got this sample from Sephora, and then I'm gonna top it with Charlotte's Pillow Talk Push Up Lashes, which is a really nice mascara. I like it quite a bit. So I'm gonna do that with you on mute so I can chat with my baby. This is from the Sydney Grace collection, just a little kind of packer shader smudger brush, and do just that. I'm gonna smudge the outer edge here. I'm basically taking the liner from my tight line and just blending it up ever so slightly. I'm gonna do the same thing down here. A little bit of smokiness right there. And then on the inner corner, I don't want it there, so I'm gonna kind of wipe it off a little. I'm gonna do a quick spray. I'm gonna use the adaptogen, Give It to the People, just for some moisture. I'm gonna do my highlight first. Again, using the beautiful Nudegasm face palette. I'm gonna take the lightest shade. It was with Smith Cosmetics. This is the Precise eyeshadow packer, the V225. And yeah, just taking a little bit of the lighter shade, putting that right on my inner corners. And I do bring that inward just a little bit on the lower lash line to really brighten up. Because my eyes are pretty deep set, I like to really brighten up. Bring a little bit in the crook of my brow and on the tip of my nose and down the center. We don't really need any additional shine on those cheeks, I don't think, but I'm gonna do a dusting. I'm gonna take the same brush that I was using for the powder blush and just loosely go over both of these shades and just lightly. And then I'm gonna take the same brush I used for the Pinkgasm and stipple back over to kind of just blend it all together. Okay, that's a beautiful cheek. So pretty, so pretty, so pretty. And the concealer's looking pretty good too. I'm gonna do a spritz of the Airbrush Flawless Finish setting spray. This does have a slight cherry scent. There we go. Just gonna blow that with my hands because I don't have anything over here. Here we go. These sample cards are always great for fanning. That's mascara. Again, this is the Pillow Talk Push-Up Lashes. It's a good mascara. It's not my favorite, but I do like it. I am lucky enough to have decently long lashes to start with. The worst part about this mascara is just how messy it is. It tends to really transfer up on my lid when applying. I mean, that happens with quite a lot of them because I do have more of a hooded eye, but you can see it really gets at my lash line, which is annoying. I do like how much this separates your lashes. I'm going to get him dressed while this mascara that's on my lid dries and give you some final thoughts before we start our check-in wear test. Okay, last but not least, I'm gonna go in with the lips. I'm gonna use the liner in the shade Supersize Me. It's a kind of pink, a little bit darker than Pillow Talk. I think I'm gonna go in with the more comfortable Everlasting Kiss. It's in the Superstar Lips formula, kind of balmy. Very similar color as well, but it's so easy to wear. You just throw it on. It's a purse lipstick, which are my favorite kinds. So I'm gonna go in with the Everlasting Kiss in the Superstar Lips. It's a very comfortable, balmy, but still thick. It's not gonna slide around. It's not nearly as slick as the Tarte Maracuja Glossy Lips or the M Cosmetics. It's definitely more stiff. It's more of a lip balm formula. The concealer's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. Do another little light dusting just with what's left over on the brush. But I think it looks pretty nice. It's looking pretty good. I will check in about 6 hours so we can see how it wears throughout the day. And yeah, as of now, it looks great. I'm 41, fairly dry skin, under eye wrinkles, lots of abuse, but this mostly full face of Charlotte Tilbury, just the brows are the only thing that aren't Charlotte. Oh, and the waterline, the tight line eyeliner, black eyeliner is Makeup Forever. But that's it. Everything else is Charlotte. We'll see how she does. Hello, just doing a quick check-in. It is 5 o'clock. I'm taking a look here at the concealer. It's looking pretty good. Not really any loss of coverage, not really any caking, creasing. As mentioned on the eyelid, I did lose coverage right there in the crease, but once my eyes are open, you can't really see that I'm missing that coverage there, so it doesn't drastically matter anyway. So yeah, the concealer looks good though. I don't even need to powder any or touch up really. I'm not very greasy. I've been in an air-conditioned atmosphere. I did blow my nose a couple of times, so I definitely have lost some coverage on the tip of my nose. But other than that, everything still looks pretty decent. The cheek doesn't look as beautiful as it did, but it still looks good. I will check in later tonight before washing all this off and give my final thoughts, but for now, we're still looking really good. Okay, welcome back for my final check-in. It is now about 8:30, which means I've been wearing this for about 9.5 hours-ish. I finished right around 10 a.m. this morning, and I think it looks pretty good. Let's zoom in. The concealer looks good. The cream shadow, not so much, of course. As I mentioned, I always lose coverage right where my eye creases there, but it's not a major deal because, again, I don't walk around with my eyes closed, so when they're open, you can still see the pretty colors. Most importantly, the concealer. It looks great. It looks really good. I don't have any excessive caking. There's not a lot of creasing. There's not that much loss of coverage. A smidge right here, a little bit under here, but not a terrible amount of loss. This eye was watering quite a bit, so I do have loss of the eyeshadow and concealer right over here, but otherwise it looks really good all over. Lost a little bit of coverage on my nose, again from blowing my nose as well, and on my upper lip for the same reason, blowing my nose, eating, but overall it wore pretty well. I do think I still prefer the Sephora Best Skin Ever concealer. I'm gonna wear this a couple more days. If my opinion changes, I will leave a pinned comment down below. The powder, I mean, it's nothing to write home about. The packaging is beautiful, and it definitely had some brightening because of the white color. Again, I think the original Airbrush Flawless Filter powder is more smoothing and more blurring. Again, I am almost 42 years old. I have pretty dry skin and a lot of texture and dark circles and wrinkles in this area especially. So I'll leave more details about my skin type and about me in the description box down below. Like, subscribe, share, comment, all the things. Thanks again. Good night.